So today I'm going to be using some of the new farm animal stamps and I want to show you how to do the shading with my brushes and my technique. So I have my black colors selected. I have a just regular layer ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and go over to the farm animal stamps and I am going to select a piggy because I know that a piggy is going to be pink. So that will be easy to show you guys for this because we're just working with one color. Now I have stamped and moved my piggy face into the middle of the screen. Now you're going to select that layer and create a reference layer. Then we add a new layer and select our pink. Now we're just going to drag because we have reference set. It is automatically going to select what it needs to. And if you're dragging and it's feeling too much, so let me turn that off and do it again. If you're dragging and it's not filling in enough, or it's filling in too much, you just have to keep your pencil held down as you drag the threshold so that it will fit correctly. Now, I'm going to go ahead and alpha lock my little piggy, and we're going to move the color layer under the reference layer. And we're actually going to turn the reference layer off now because we don't want to leave that on. And what alpha lock does is it makes it to where nothing outside of the pink is affected. So I like to alpha lock and then also do a new layer and make a clipping mask. Now, what I tend to do is I like to start with a lighter color and work to darker colors. But you can also go opposite and start with a darker color and work lighter. But I tend to need a lighter work, so I just have to do it a little bit backwards. So we already have our light pink here. So we're actually just going to use this slider right here because it's already set on the pink that we want. And I'm going to bump that down a little bit to get a darker pink. So we have our alpha locks layer, we have our clipping mask layer, and the brush that I am going to be using is under my brush set for you guys, and it's called Dry Brush. So then all I'm going to do is literally just brush that up and down. I'm keeping my pencil on the paper or on the screen as I do this, but you can also do it one at a time. It just depends on the look that you're going for. So once again, we're going to go to a darker color. So I'm going to go about that color. And we're still on this little clipping mask right here. So I'm going to go up and down, all the way. And I'm just going to show it like really simple for you guys, and then we can get a little more advanced in later tutorials. Now, obviously, I don't want my piggy to look like this because it's a little bit too dark, but we've now put our darker layers down so we can go in and add our lighter again. So I'm actually going to go to the pink that we selected, and I'm going to move the slider over to the left just a little. And now we're going above because now it's going to add a lighter white to it, or a lighter white pink. And you can see that it starts doing really well for that. And then I'm actually going to do as my last color, just all the way over to a white. And it'll go in and add some extra highlights in there for us. Oop, I did too much. So I'm gonna do 2 fingers tapping on the screen, and that will remove that. Now I am going to pinch and merge them together. You can do this, but I like to keep as many layers as possible so that if I have to change something, I can. But in order to make that change final, you would just pinch them together. And I'm actually going to go ahead and fill in my little piggy nose. So I'm making that a reference layer, filling in my little piggy nose. Okay. Now, what I do when I get done coloring, I am going to add another layer. And I go to my white and I go to my ink 3, or you can do any of the inks here, but I'm going to go ink 3 at 20%. And I have this set at a white, so it's not going to clash with the black. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to add some little highlighted areas to my piggy. And you can be very random on where you're doing this. I dropped my brush size down to 10% because the 20 was just a little too much. But you can be very picky or not picky on how you do these. They do not have to be perfect. But we want to add some lighter tones to the piggy. I don't like the eyes, so I'm going to go out here. And then I still am not completely happy with the color pink that I did. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm actually going to go here and I'm going to go to a brighter pink and do that as a fill layer. And I'm going to drop the opacity just a little bit on the clipping layer. And now we have a little more pink coming through like a piggy. And then what I'm going to do is let's go to a gray color. And I'm going to bring in, if I still have one saved on here, I'm going to bring in my gold glitter. I'm going to click Fit to Canvas. Now I'm going to do a new layer above the white, and I'm going to do a clipping mask for this blank layer right here. So we have done our pink. We have done our strokes to where you can see some texture there and some shading and some dark and some light and all the things. We have our black outline. We have our white accents. So now I want to go in and add a gold or a silver. So I'm actually going to turn this silver because I feel that would look better for us. And all I did was go hue saturation and get rid of the saturation for my gold paper. And now it is a silver paper. And then I want to go in and I want to add my glitter accents. And this is my favorite part because I just feel like it just comes together so well once I start adding all of this in. And now you can go on top of the black, you can go in between the black and white. It really doesn't matter how you do this. Just like the other one, you do not have to be picky. It's just what you want your piggy to look like. So sometimes I'll do it to where it's kind of right on the white. Sometimes I'll do it where it's on the black. And then sometimes I try to get it in the middle. And I do think it looks really good when I go over the black. So I do like that for this design. And we're not outlining all of it. So we're not completely tracing the outline that I already have. We're doing a very loose outline on that. And now I have a piggy. I hope this helps, guys, and I am looking forward to some more tutorials later.